And this is a Let's Talk About the Music, a humorous, controversial talk show. We'll go mix of music. The global part is that we go everywhere. We have musicians all over the world coming onto this show, and it's awesome. And tonight we're talking to someone who is on my time frame, which is so awesome. And we have Johnny Reed from the Johnny Reed Show, who is not connected to Donna Reed whatsoever.
Yeah, she never calls me anymore, so.
Well,
that's unfortunate.
Well, honey, it's because she's no longer alive anymore, honey.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. She died in 1986 or 89.
She doesn't return my calls, so I get it now. I get it.
Yeah. And we just heard Lost in the Night, so tell us about that song.
Okay, so, Lost in the Night, that's from Rock Dog's first album. That was the group name I used then. 2002 is when it was released. And that's the one I mentioned that was in 2003. I discovered it was on the College 500 Spring rotation, that song. So, but I thought it was a kind of thing maybe college students could identify. It was all about just get lost in the night. Forget everything. Just go out and get lost in the night. You don't have to have a reason for it. 3 in the morning is nothing to me. The darker it gets, the lighter I see. And just get lost in the night. So that was just kind of a free song I hope that somebody would identify with that. And that's what I was trying to do actually myself, probably, just get lost in the night.
Cool.
During all my trials and tribulations with my daughter, recovering, and just everybody needs to get away from things sometimes and just get lost in the night. That's what it was about. So that's the song.
Sweet. Awesome. Anyone in the chat room where you want to call in, it is lines open and the chat room's open for any kind of questions. And Spreaker.
Yes.
Yeah, I had this album reviewed by Music Connection back in those days, and they said, yeah, Johnny Reed is channeling all the greats, and they mentioned Grand Funk Railroad and all kinds of different people. The drummer out of the group Mountain and Cream and things like that. But they said I channeled all those artists aptly. So whatever that meant. But I guess maybe that's what I was doing, just thinking about music that inspired me and just writing a bunch of those songs and just jamming out and getting in the spirit of rock and roll.
That's awesome. Now, have you ever gone on a small tour and for your little band?
No. No, since I am really kind of homebound here, and I do a lot of other projects here too in the studio, so I'm not really able to do that. And I play all the instruments, so I'd have to put a band together. So I was just waiting for, the big label to say, hey, something's going on. We're going to split the bill and, put the group together. And, I could show everybody what to play. We could do that. The closest I got to playing actually was B.B. King's Club up in Universal Studios, Universal Walkway up there in Hollywood, just north of Hollywood. Mm-hmm. They called in the middle of the night, and I was asleep, and it was the booker for the club there, B.B. King's Club, and he goes, yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of Rock Dog. I go, hello? I was waking up, and he goes, oh, is this their father? Remember I told you I made more characters, like I'm asleep. And he goes, and I go, oh, yeah. He goes, well, where are they? Can they come play at our club? I go, well, let's see. Yeah, they're busy in the studio now. Of course, it was just me. But, he says, okay, well, yeah, we'd like them to play up here, and if they can, do this, and call us back. And I said, okay. But that never happened. They called back again, trying to book us up there again. But again, it was just me, so for me to put a whole band together for that, I didn't do it. If it would have been a bigger label that said, yeah, we're going to pay the money and cost several thousand probably to put something like that together. Then I would have done it. But it was a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was a compliment, so I appreciated that. Out of the blue, except the part where they said, "Are you their father?" But anyway, that's good. So yeah, I mean, the tour thing, the closest thing. Well, actually, now I have performed just recently. I have a song off a new album, the Third Time's a Charm, called "An Empty Chair." I don't know if you guys have heard that one, but that again, on my life, the philosophy things go, is my appreciation to veterans, servicemen and women everywhere. I don't talk about what's right or wrong about war, but just the fact that there is war, and we have to send our young people away. And then we usually go about our lives, you know, and go to our malls and go shopping, go to the movies, but there's young men and women all around the world risking their lives while we're here. And my song talks about not forgetting them. So anyway, that's, again, one of those deep songs I wanted to sing about, and I did that. And so recently I performed it for Memorial Day service ceremony here in Los Angeles. There's a place called the Empty Chair Memorial. And they got a hold of my song, and they said, "Could you sing it for us?" So I performed there, singing my song, An Empty Chair. And as a matter of fact, they've invited me again back for the 911 vigil to pay honor to all the first responders, policemen, firemen, everybody in the 911 disaster, to sing my song again. They said, yeah, all those people, it's a whole different group of people to come for this 911 vigil, but we'd like you to do it, so I'm going to perform again. So I guess I'm starting the live performances now.
Cool.
Yeah, not with the whole band, just with me.
Mm.
But it's pretty fun. I guess if I didn't have some of the, the life's obligations of my daughter, and also I have a son, and things that I do, that I could just be just that recluse rocker and just go tour.
Right.
But then you end up like those guys in Led Zeppelin and Eric Clapton. They go, I can't even remember what I did in the 70s. I can't even remember what happened. So maybe it's good I didn't. But it was fun performing. So I think I'm going to be doing more of that in the future.
That's good. So how old's your son?
4 years old.
Wow.
He's just a young little guy. And by the way, his name is Johnny Reed.
Is it Johnny Reed Jr.?
Yeah, my legal name is John, but people call me Johnny. But my wife said, let's just have a little Johnny. And then, someday. And she got pregnant, and then it was a boy. She goes, okay, well, guess what? I told you. It's going to be a little Johnny. He's already got his website. When he grows up, he can have it. Johnny Reed. JohnnyReed.com. We got it. Mm-hmm. So that's an easy way to find us.
So is he going to start performing with his daddy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes to come down to my studio. He'll play the drums. I've got my keyboards always set up all the time, the guitars, whatever. He likes to play. We dance. He goes, come on, let's dance, Daddy. Okay, great. We're dancing. We're jamming. We're having fun. So just all in fun. I'm not going to force him, but if he enjoys it, he enjoys it.
It's good. So in about a few years from now, if he pursues being a musician and do what Daddy does, what is a good advice you're going to give him? Okay, I'll tell you what my father told me. He said, John, this is a great thing. It is great. I'm glad you're having this. Don't do it as a business. And it is rough. Yeah. It is rough. So that's why I said, that's why I've augmented my thing to the entertainment world, to try to make everything happen and stay centered in that entertainment world and not just be stuck in just that one little facet. And so, yeah, I've done several things. Actually, I'll tell you a couple things I did. I was the consultant in the Titanic movie. Oh.
on the whole editing of the movie, the remote editing of the movie. James Cameron, he lives up in Malibu here. So I worked with another guy. We met with him at his company in Santa Monica, Lightstorm Entertainment, and they're doing the Titanic. And they wanted to have a remote editing. How would we do that? So I was a consultant to him. So we went to his house. We eventually sold their whole company equipment there at his production office in Santa Monica, Lightstorm Entertainment. He's a part owner of Digital Domain, a special effects unit, also in Santa Monica area, Venice. Unit there. He also works with Stan Winston and Animatronics. We're going to put a unit there. And then we put a unit down in Mexico. That's where they had the Titanic. They built a small portion of the Titanic that they could move around down there. And so to hook up all those sites together, so if they stopped a frame that they shot in Mexico, he could see it at his house in Malibu, see it at his production facility in Santa Monica, and so on. So they could do a great thing. So that's another something that I did. But each thing I do is a little different. I was a technical, technical director of the Monaco Charity Film Festival in Monaco. Wow. Yeah. I never went there, but I organized things up here in the United States, put all their films together, created a thing for their opening ceremonies, and fielded questions and things like that. But again, to make things work, to make things go around, I have these different little hats on, and that's another one of those things.
Now, I remember in the beginning of the show that you were going to tell some juicy stories. So, any juicy stories on James Cameron? Because he's one of my favorites, too.
On James Cameron?
Yeah. Any juicy stories on anyone in the Hollywood area?
Anyone? No, not too many. And I don't know a lot of people. I just know people from different situations. One person that I'll just mention. I'm just looking at my wall. I've got a few things on the wall here to remind me. Like things that I did. But Steven Seagal. Mm-hmm. He's a guy, we did a documentary, we had Steven being there. And a lot of people have a kind of a bad opinion of Steven Seagal being mean and things like that. But I've met with him several times. He had the typical big mansion up in Beverly Hills, and we went up there a few times, and in his front room he has the not a dummy, but a thing that holds a whole samurai warrior outfit. He's totally into all this. The stuff you see him play those characters, he is that person.
Wow.
He has all that stuff going on. We went out to his backyard. Here's his wife at that time. I forget what her name was. Maybe his girlfriend or wife. She's jogging in from the far side of the property towards us, and behind her is like a kind of a guru guy with his hands clasped, praying behind her as she's running. It's like, oh wow, this is like a movie or something. But anyway, this guy who gets a lot of bad press and stuff like that, when my daughter had her accident, he came down to the hospital to see her.
Wow.
In a big way. She was in her coma at that time, I think. I think she was in her coma. But another friend of mine, the director, who's directed several films and things we've worked on, he said, Steven wants to come down. He wants to come down to see your daughter. He thinks he can help her. So he came down to the studio, and not in a little way. Down to her at the hospital, yeah. In a big white limousine. He was filming the movie Glimmer Man at that time in Hollywood. He came down in the big white limousine. He comes out of the car, and he's a big man. He's 6 foot something. He's a tall guy. And he's got a big gold amulet and jade necklace around himself. It looks like, and he's kind of got a Nehru shirt on there with a big fur thing around him. And he comes in there, and everybody is just floored, like, what is happening in our hospital? Then he comes to my daughter's room, and he says, just shut the door. You guys hold the door. So the director's actually my friend George Shamshum, a director. He's holding the door shut so nobody can get in because the hospital staff is kind of going crazy about this. and he comes in and gets my daughter, sits her up, he puts some essential oils on her, trying to wake